Hi, I'm Terry from Ben & Biscuits Boarding and Training Facility, and this is Sadie. She's done, well, we had a rough start because I think you said that this one and the Shepherd's never been on a leash, and I can believe it because she really still doesn't really love it, but she's doing better and better. Through all these exercises, I'm going to have her at my left side, okay? I tried using different collars and a prong collar. I'm just using her own collar that you brought her in with, a pink one, and she seems to work best with that. But she's going to be at my left side through the heel, the sit stays, the down stay, and the recall. And I'll use hand signals as well as verbal commands through it all. When we return, we'll start out with a heel on leash. Okay, this is going to be Sadie's sit stay. She's at her left side. Hand signal to sit. As you tell her to sit, just bring your hand up like that. Hand signal to stay, put your hand in her face and just walk slowly away from her. If you take a step or two away and she starts to follow you, put her right back to where she was and reinforce the word stay as you walk away from her. And only stay back there for maybe 3 seconds and then return. Stay. 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 Exercise finished, and praise your dog. Okay, this is going to be Sadie's down stay. It's exactly like the sit stay. You're going to put her at your left side in a sit, and you're going to turn and face her and just put your finger right on the ground and tell her to down. She's not the best at it yet, but she's doing better. If you tell her twice and she doesn't do it, grab the leash where it hooks to the collar and just gently pull her to the ground as you tell her a third time. But don't tell her over and over and over, because every time she doesn't do it, she's breaking a command. Okay, here we go. Ready, Sadie? Down. Down. Sometimes I'll just pull one leg out like this. Stay. Down. Stay. 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 Exercise finished, and praise your dog. Okay, this is going to be Sadie's recall. Again, she's sitting at your left side. Hand signal to sit, hand signal to stay, walk to the end of your leash. And at first, if you can only get a step or two away, then only do that if she's trying to follow you. Eventually, real soon, you'll be able to get to the end of the leash. Anyway, get that as far as you can, and then turn and face her. Hand signal to come is bring your hand to your chest as you tell her with a nice excited voice to come to you, and she should come to your feet. Nice if she sits, but basically we just want her to come to you when you go. Ready? Ready? Good girl. Good girl. Sit. Stay. 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 Come. Good girl. Good girl. Exercise finished. Good girl. Okay, this is going to be Sadie's heel on leash. She's at her left side. We're going to try to keep the leash loose. Now, if she starts to rebel, which she does sometimes with the heel, her heel is one of her worst things. It's not normal, not common, but it is with her. So she really doesn't like to be, apparently, not ever being on a leash. She really doesn't want to be. But it's important we get her used to it now, rather than 6 months from now. You'll never get her on a leash and have any kind of obedient dog. So she's at her left side, a little bit loose with the leash. If you're walking and she starts to rebel, just give a pull release. If you need to do it 2 or 3 times, and keep walking. If you stop and wait because she stopped, she'll never walk for you. Let's see how she does. You ready, baby? Okay, heel. Come on, baby. Good girl. Good girl. That's it. Sit. Sit. Exercise finished, and praise your dog. Good girl. Okay, for a conclusion. She's done pretty good. Her heel on leash, like I said, usually it is one of the best things, especially with a golden retriever, but it's very important when you get her home to not let her do what she's been doing all this time and not be on a leash. Put her on a leash, even if it's in the house, wherever you can, and walk her. Get her used to being on a leash. It's what I've done here for weeks, and she still will rebel. But the minute you walk her and she's walking along, then she stops. She either wants to stop altogether or go somewhere else. Don't cater her. You go the direction you want to go and just pull and release, and keep walking. And she will get better. I do have some treats in my pocket. I use them for kind of last resort sometimes, but every once in a while, I will, if I need them, use them on her. But she's done pretty good. Going through the doorways, I put her in a sit stay like this, tell her to stay. I open up the door, walk through it first and do a recall, tell her to come, and she comes through. She does that pretty good. In and out of the kennel, I do that, so you can do that at home. But do remember the hand signals is to sit, stay, down is when you put your finger right to the ground, and then as you bring your hand to your chest is a recall to come, okay? So she's done very good. I don't know if she's would ever be very good at off leash later on down the road, but I think she's going to be a dominant female. I really do. And it's good in some ways and not so good in others, but she's a good looking girl and she did pretty good. Thank you very much.